Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros Fake News. D'Anthony Hollaway.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Did you just win the Masters?
I did, yes. That's why it was on Sunday, so I was wearing red. Green
Sure.
and red go together now. It's like Christmas.
Right. You look a little whiter than Tiger Woods somehow.
I'm not, though.
No.
It's an optical illusion. Jessie does really good makeup work, so.
Yeah, she does.
I'm head to toe in white face almost 24 hours a day.
Jessie, what happened to you there? Little smudge on the face there?
I have vertigo, Steve.
Great. And back to the fake news.
Wait, who the fuck is Steve?
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Steve is my bedroom name. Not a lot of people know that, but Steve is my bedroom name. I like to keep it real generic, real cash. And a nice Steve just feels right in the bedroom.
It looks right on. You look like a Steve. You look like a Swayze.
I look like a Patrick is what I look like.
Oh, boy.
God damn it. If you're watching the video show, congratulations for all of this that's happening here today. Let's get to the fake news, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Game of Thrones ends. Your favorite show on the planet, D'Anthony.
It's a good show, but
How'd you feel about that ending?
I thought it was rushed. Everybody has the same thing to say about it. People are butthurt, but I don't really give a shit.
No.
It ended.
No,
It's fine. It ended.
I watched it. I watched the end of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch. I watched the pilot and I watched the end of it. A friend of mine had cancer, and so I went up to go and visit him, and he wanted to watch the show. And
Oh, sorry.
So do you
good
feel
chuckle out of you?
Cancer.
She's super into cancer. So
Yeah. Was that
Nope.
the joke?
No,
Okay.
no, definitally not the joke.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
So then you did what?
Watched
After
watched the
fun.
show with him.
Okay,
and
okay.
He wanted. That was like his end all be all. He was pissed. I was pissed. And every single person I talked to was just
you were
like,
pissed about the show.
I was pissed about the ending. Everybody bragged it up of like, man, there's so much death, violence, fucking hardcore sex, rape, all this shit. None of that was in that episode. There was a dragon who breathed fire on a metal throne, and then one kind of gentle poke with a sword into somebody, and that was pretty much the extent of the violence of that. And then the kid in the wheelchair ends up being the hero.
Well, hero is not the right word. The king.
Whatever.
But yeah, I mean,
From a writing perspective, he was the hero.
we should have Eli Cuevas on to talk about this because he's super into it. He has a very deep he's a giant nerd, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
But he's got like a lot of fucking crazy theories about how all this shit went down, and it would be fun to have him on to talk about it sometime.
I would love to have Eli on the show. What I find crazy about this is Kit Harington immediately checked into rehab as soon as the ending of this show happened.
For what?
It's a bougie fucking drug and stress, or booze and stress.
Booze and
Is it
stress.
basically so you could just turn your phone off and like be
Alone?
away? Right?
Maybe.
It's either that or
I think,
Bahamas.
and that's why I wanted to talk about it. I think the backlash from all of this shit, like combined, that stress is too much. I mean, it was the biggest show on the planet this year, like
Right.
ratings wise. And I think the stress of hearing how much it sucked, like they signed a petition that got over 1 million signatures to go back and reshoot the last season and make it to what it should have been. I think all of that building up nuked him and sent him right into rehab.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, he also has been working on that project since he was 23, and he's 32 now. It's like 10 years.
It is, yeah.
So I remember, like, after I got out of the Army, it had been a while, and I just sat there for 3 months.
And didn't do anything.
I did drugs mostly and got fucked up. But, like, it was a jarring experience to be, like, have your whole fucking year planned out every single year and then get to a point where there's no plan. Like, all of a sudden, there's just nothing to do. And that's probably what he's doing right now. He's probably freaked out. That and the combination of what you said. Like, you haven't worked on a project that's a 10-year project probably like that.
No,
Or in a
I
series.
look, the 3 years, Matt's book was the longest.
Yeah.
That was 3 years. And I'm amped for that to come out into the world. And then I just want to go and crawl into a cave. So I kind of get it. I think your theory might be correct, Jesse.
Yeah, would you have gone to a reverse rehab at that point where it's like you had been on the straight and narrow for so long, having to do this crazy job for that long?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at the end you go into this like controlled party
Atmosphere.
rehab,
Well,
where it's like
that would be
now
pretty
you
fun,
can,
yeah.
without any cameras, without anybody watching you, you can now,
A reverse rehab actually sounds like the greatest idea I've ever heard in my
and
entire
then you
life.
come back to life. You haven't hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
I would like them to kind of watch your phone for the calling of exes, things like this.
Sure.
And maybe that's something that they can provide a little.
It's kind of like going
add-on.
down to Peru and doing ayahuasca with the shaman, right?
Logan just got back from doing that, actually.
He did. You were supposed to go on that trip, right?
He took my place because I had to do other shit, but I'm going to go in November.
What was it? How was it? What did he say?
I haven't had a full debrief from him yet, but my understanding is you walk out into different areas, take the shit, and then fucking go through that whole process. If you don't know what taking ayahuasca is like, it's pretty intense.
Did it change him as a person?
I don't think so.
You don't
Okay.
think?
He's already
He's the most mellow dude I've ever met
he's
in my
already
life.
kind of on that wavelength. I don't want
Yeah.
to get into his personal history, but this is the first time he's done some shit like that. So I don't think it was transformative for him, but I'm sure he said it was great and it improved him a lot.
All right.
Like, it
Fuck.
improved
I'm
his mental
down.
space.
Jesse, back to your theory about just shutting the phone off for a little bit and going to a bougie place.
Yeah.
Today is one of those days for me. If I could just go check in somewhere for just 48 hours and
Why?
just give somebody
Why
else my
today?
phone. Too much shit going on. There's too much data in the old hard drive up here.
Too much tripping in the LBC, maybe?
Yeah, where it's just I can't deal with one more phone call, email, responsibility where you're just like, hey, can I just throw this into the ocean? And I'm not even talking about being like a fucking dad or anything. I'm just talking about being a normal human being who doesn't. I don't want to deal with anything today at all, phone or any otherwise.
Right.
Are you?
That would be amazing. And then the reverse rehab, I'd like to go to that in like 6 months.
Yeah, we could definitely have a reverse. We could do the Drinkin Bros reverse rehab program.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine if we just bought a house?
It's actually called the Cruise, and it's September 12th through 16th. You can get your tickets
Blammo.
now.
On drinkinbros.com. You can buy your tickets for the cruise. That's going to be a whole fuck ship.
Yeah.
That thing. Everybody will be
The
on that.
fuck ship lollipop.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I already bought like 30 cases of Plan B, and that's just for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I
For
recommend.
you to take?
Well,
You-
what
yeah,
Dan-
is that not how it works?
yeah, I think you
I've been
take
jamming-
it and you should be fine, sterile
I've
by.
been jamming these Plan B pills into my dick hole for months.
Yeah.
I think you should be fine.
No
and it'll have the
pregnancies
same.
yet.
Not one.
So
Not well, you'd have half of one. You'd have half a pregnancy.
a fake pregnancy is not half a pregnancy.
Well, do you want to share that with the
I
world?
don't.
Oh
That's-
my God.
that's real
that
news.
is real news.
Oh, that's real news.
This is
yeah.
the fake news. Let's stick to the fake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to put it out there, and then we'll put a bow on this bonnet. But yes, Dan's dated a lot of crazy women in his life.
Sure.
absolutely
One of them may or may not have
He's
faked a
not-
pregnancy.
Yeah, he's not done yet.
Did she go? Let me ask you this.
No,
Well,
no.
I'm gonna ask one more question before we move on. Did she buy the thing, the rubber tummy? Like, did she go
Oh
that
no,
far?
she would like Arrested Development, right? Remember that?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
No, not that far. That would have been funny as shit.
Oh,
though.
God.
That would have been amazing. You know they sell
Meghan
those.
markled it.
Yeah, they sell those.
Oh, yes,
oh,
they do.
God, would you stop? But she was really pregnant. Come
No,
on.
she. Look,
Was she or wasn't she? Jesse
was
says
she or
otherwise.
wasn't she?
I-
She.
Yeah, she was. She was pregnant.
Okay.
She had that baby.
Who cares?
Someone had the baby, and that is absolutely true.
Next story, Newark, New Jersey's giving people $50 tickets if they give money to panhandlers. Seems counterproductive, doesn't it?
Yeah. That actually reminds me. Do you remember in Florida, like maybe 2012, 2013, they started fining people for like this organization went to a public square somewhere where a lot of homeless people were, and they were cooking hot dogs basically for homeless people.
Right.
And the fucking government came in and shut them down. Like, you don't have permits, and then they started fining them for showing back up and shit. And there's also laws in the books down there, and it's probably more than just Florida, but Florida sucks, so I'm going to stay on that one for a minute. There's laws in the books that say, like, restaurants can't give their leftover food at the end of the day to homeless people.
Yes, and that's everywhere. And by the way, you also can't give it back. So I went to Chick-fil-A the other day, and they had samples outside of their new passion fruit tea. By the way, I'm not shit on Chick-fil-A. It's the greatest establishment in the world. I think we can all agree on that.
Sure.
But when I went to give back the sample cup that they had handed me at the drive-thru, they were like, no, we can't take that because my mouth had been on it. And I was like, well, you guys gave it to me. Now I have nowhere to to put this trash?
Oh, God.
I was like, so I'm in the drive-thru and I'm in this weird conundrum where I'm like, I don't, because all of my things were taken up with like child's drinks that I had ordered, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this sample, man? You gave me the sample.
I have a question. How polite are Chick-fil-A employees in Canada?
In Canada?
Yeah.
It'd be double
boy.
so.
Can you imagine?
Double what they are in America. And
Can
they're
you
already the
imagine?
greatest here.
Yeah.
It'd take you
Them in
25
In-N-Out.
minutes to get through the line. Everybody would be apologizing to each other, and
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit.
Them and In-N-Out employees are the greatest employees, like for fast food wise,
They're
on the
paid
face
well.
of the planet.
Yeah, that's
They're
why.
Don't they get
taken
benefits
care
and some
of.
other
Yeah.
shit?
Yes.
Yes. It's amazing.
It's really a great model.
It's the difference
for,
between Target and Walmart too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the average Walmart employee after 5 years makes $22,000 a year, and the average Target employee after 5 years makes like $46,000 a year, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I did some research for a campaign I ran back in the day.
No shit. That's a weird piece of knowledge.
It is,
I'm
yeah.
glad you have it, but
He dated somebody from both establishments.
yeah, exactly.
That's what it was.
She tried to rape you
And
inside a Target.
He liked
And
the
you're like, whoa,
Walmart one
whoa,
more,
whoa,
if you know what I
whoa,
mean.
whoa, whoa. Yeah.
She definitely tried to rape me. So
Yeah. Let's face it. I was in a Walmart last night, by the way.
did you get raped?
No, but there was.
If I saw a guy like you Walmart after 11 p.m., you're looking like that with your hair like
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna rape you probably.
There was a lot of eye
Instant
fucks. I'll
rape.
say that. A lot of eye fucks thrown out there where they were like, "Hey, man, let's get to the sucking," you know, from dudes.
Yeah.
Dudes, no women.
Yeah,
Want to make
yeah.
that perfectly clear. That was definitely dudes
Sure.
who threw me those winks of like, "Hey, I'll throw you 20, you know, if you want to jerk it, 40 to suck it," that type of thing. And
Walmart at
I
night.
can tell that by people's eyes.
Yeah, of course. Walmart at night has become the new truck stop.
Yeah, it's nice
Oh,
though.
it's the new
And
bathhouse.
they have security, so you don't have to worry about getting your drugs stolen or anything. You just walk into Walmart, pick up a dude, and walk right out.
Very true.
Yeah.
You can also get a child's bike for $69 there. Whoopsie. Yep, that's how much the price tag was. I thought that was weird. Let's not put any children's
yeah.
items at $69. Just
Bump that up.
Bump that up.
Bump.
Bump it up a little bit. Just bump it up a buck. But the panhandler thing, man, I don't know if that's
I get it.
Is it going to stop people from fucking begging?
No, I get the idea behind it. It's called broken window theory. You familiar with this? It's
No, I'm not actually.
So basically, a police force will arrest people or fine people for quality of life crimes, like small misdemeanors or violations and shit like that. Like the idea is that if you walk into a building and the windows are broken, you're going to treat the building poorly. But if everything looks nice, you'll act like it's nice. So littering and petty theft and all kinds of other bullshit like loitering, they start arresting and fining people for that. And supposedly that makes the neighborhood better. You know, there's differing opinions on how it works and how it should work. Like the stop and frisk thing was a community policing broken window theory thing in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
God damn it, Dan. Just on it.
Gosh, I am not smart enough for this show, but I will stay. I will stay.
It's probably the vertigo.
When's the last time you gave change to a homeless person, Jesse?
Changed a homeless person?
Yeah. Change.
Diapers and everything?
Nope. Nope. Given change too.
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I haven't done it for years.
Okay.
Years.
All right, just checking.
Years.
Just checking. Uber can now boot customers with a low ratings. Oof. I'm probably in the chopping block.
You are so low rating.
Thoughts on this? Here's the thing.
I'm for
we
it.
get into these Ubers, right? And if I'm going with friends, I chat like this with just normal, don't give a fuck voice, don't give a shit about thoughts. You and I we're in an Uber together. The last time I was in an Uber, right?
Yeah.
I think I dropped maybe 5-6 F-bombs in a row.
Yeah.
Guy turns around and goes, "Hey man, are you Ross Patterson?
Yeah, it's a true story.
Listen to the show." Dead serious. Listen to the show
He
and I
was
go,
a sore pilot.
"Did you get it from me saying 6 fucks in a row?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, man, listen to the show. Love it. Whatever." Normal dude. Rad, right? But most of these people who are driving Ubers aren't normal, aren't rad. It's either, you know.
I mean, most of them are not normal or rad.
No. Have you had a good one in a while? I haven't.
It is going downhill because they're not paying them as much.
That's true, and they also there is something good coming though. They added they're beta testing an option where you can check a box and make sure the driver is silent for the whole ride. Like,
is that true?
It's called silent.
that real?
It's called silent mode.
Oh, I hope that's fucking real.
I will have that perma check. Don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
Ever.
I'm
Don't
the
look
same.
me in the eyes.
Yep.
Don't talk to me.
Everything. I'm about that entire life.
Cross the street if I'm walking that way.
Yeah, I don't want to have a conversation about shit. Like,
Right.
if I'm grabbing an Uber, that means I'm in a hurry to get to someplace. Either I'm fucked up or I got to go to a meeting or something like that. And it's just like, all right, great. There's emails and other things.
I'm either on drugs or I'm making plans to be on drugs. I don't have time for small talk. I just don't have time for it.
No.
True, and that's just all the time.
All the time.
That is accurate. That's all the time.
Yeah. And then the small talk thing, like I'll do a medium talk or a long talk with friends, not my Uber driver. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear it. Do you know your Uber driver rating? Or your passenger rating?
I'm a 5.
You are a 5.
Oh, yes.
What are you?
I'm a 4.9, I believe.
What happened?
I don't know. Who knows? I'm usually really polite, and that's why I like this idea. That
I'm a 4.6.
That's good enough.
All right. No, they said 4.6.
Not good.
4.6 is Jesse's right. 4.6 is the cutoff for drivers now. So like, I guess if you're a driver and you're under 4.6, they're booting drivers, and the drivers ask for the same level of respect.
Look, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I like it.
It goes both ways.
I like it. It's like Fight Club. You remember the whole fucking scene in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Where he's that's how I base I treat customer service employees very well for that reason. And the same with technology. I don't talk shit to my technology anymore because I'm afraid when the
robots take over.
Robots take over, that they're gonna remember me, and you're gonna be fucking annihilated. But I'm gonna be walking.
I'll be killed
around.
in 10 seconds.
I'll be eating food out of a bowl. I'll shit outside, and they'll have to walk out there and pick up my shit with a glove on.
Yep.
Can't wait to be a pet. That's right.
So you're just to clarify, you're going to be their pet, right?
I'm hedging.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we win, maybe we don't. But if we don't, I'm going to be on their side. I'll kill the last human being other than me.
So Uber wise, I will probably lose my account in whatever the next ride is. Robot wise, everything that I've been saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I'm fucked.
I like this for that reason. What?
Man, I curse at technology 800 times a day.
And people in customer service, and
Sure.
I'm okay with this only for that reason. That you need to realize, Ross.
That I it's not that
being nice is a new power. Okay, it's a superpower that I have now that you don't have.
Anytime anybody gets mad at me or tries to start a fight, I just am superfluously nice to them.
Sure.
And it usually,
you need to now always ask for the manager, right?
Well, with that
Who can I yell at?
With that haircut, you should
sure.
definitely be asking for the manager.
It's not that. So like I'm a nice person in general, right?
Write that down.
But when I get write that down. Dates.
I was underscoring reverse rehab. Yeah.
I will be entering after this show.
No, but I'm a nice person. My thing is this: I have to deal with all the customer service people, and
That's
usually
true.
in the relationship between a married couple, the dude has to deal with the shit. That's me in this instance, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Uber wise, I just don't want to be bothered. Same, like I'm usually in a hurry to go somewhere or whatever. I don't take that many Ubers. Technology wise, it doesn't work. We're not there yet. All the way around.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We got internet here at the news desk yesterday, right?
Yeah.
The password was 56 consonants, half of them uppercase, and then 3 exclamation marks, an upside down question mark, like it was Spanish.
Sure.
And they were like, just type all that in, and that's your password. Great. So what do I do when I have visitors that come by? What am I supposed to give them this?
You change it, dude.
How do you change? Have you changed it?
I can. It would take 15 fucking seconds to change it.
It would not.
All you do is log into the admin console and switch the fucking password. It literally takes that amount of time.
Well, we'll find out, Dan.
All right.
We'll see. I'm going to put that on you at
All
the end
the
of this.
competent people at home have probably done this already and know that it's very, very easy to do.
And they're screaming.
They are screaming.
You are like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino sitting on your porch, but instead you're yelling at fucking computers.
I love it.
Jesus Christ. Somebody Photoshop that.
Please.
Gran Torino. Just using like the semi-racist where you're just like, wait, is that racist? Because it feels like you're saying racist things, but you're not really saying racist. It's casual racism.
Casual racism,
is what they use in that movie in Gran Torino. Speaking of casual racism, we've got some sponsors who pay
Oh God, they love it.
pay for the show to be on the air. Ghostbed.com/drinking bros. First and foremost, casual races, they love all races on their beds. I'm going to put that out there.
Yep.
I want to clarify that. So just because the mattress is white,
Right.
don't think otherwise, right?
Yeah.
That's just the color of the mattress.
I don't feel like that needs to be said, but we've said it.
I'm going to
so
say it. We're on fake news. So is that real or is it false? You be the judge.
They're now taking all genders and weight.
Yes.
They're doing
on the beds, you mean?
On the
on
bed.
the beds.
Correct.
Yeah, they have a new, what is it? Flex.
Yes, the flex.
Well, that's more
For
about
the
the weight than the
larger-
gender. I don't think, like,
Well, I'm just saying, I'm adding that in there.
do you think the reason men weigh more is because of our dick and balls?
No.
Is that not it?
It's because we're heavier, just bone-wise. and
I think
everything.
it's the
Bone-wise.
taint, actually, that weighs the most.
Yeah.
How,
Is,
you know how like a teaspoon of neutron star material weighs the same amount as Everest? I know you don't
Yes,
know that.
Ross does know that.
just
I do
told
know
you.
that, actually.
Yeah,
Now,
we
now
both
you know.
that.
So a teaspoon of taint material weighs as much as somebody else's entire body.
Look,
Taint material.
I can't wait for scientists to
Taint
be
material.
studying this the rest
I'm
of our
writing
lives.
down taint material.
Please, right underneath reverse rehab taint material and pop that in. Pop in and order to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today to get a mattress, sheets, 15% off if
Can
you're
I ask you
military
a
and first
question?
responders. Feel free.
Your
fire away.
latest child was conceived on a ghost bed, yes or no?
Correct, yes.
Your
it was.
latest.
My latest, yeah.
Was it?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
You've got the answers to that.
What position? Can we get into that?
Reverse cowboy.
Yeah. Yeah.
She had a strap on. I was on top. And
Yep.
then when I was about to come, I got.
Life finds a way, huh?
Yeah.
Life finds a way. And
There's
so
nothing like
that's-
reverse cowboy out there. If you're a man and a woman looking to
Yeah.
switch it up in your marriage,
I
a little
really
reverse cowboy.
want to, but we can't because this is going to go on YouTube and post. Have him put an
a
image
picture.
of what reverse cowboy is. But I urge you. We're not going to do that, but I urge you to go look it up.
It's where the woman is facing upwards. She's wearing a strap on, and the man is sitting on it and then facing away from the woman, the wall. So
Right.
he's riding on it and then jacking himself off. So
Sure.
that's just explanation home. The
Ghost
next
bed,
sponsor.
Yeah.
Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today for some reverse cowboy. Best mattress you ever sleep on.
Oof.
Next up, Daniel, what do we got?
We got ExpressVPN.
Oh, expressvpn.com
Yeah,
/drinking bros.
I love this company.
Cybersecurity. Now, this is the only thing I trust in this world is this company. You know what I'm saying? Keeps your shit cyber secure. There's a lot of people out there trying to get passwords. Speaking of which, I don't want to have a password anymore with an exclamation mark or a
We'll fix it. Just relax. Dude.
number
Jesus
or
Christ.
no, not on the internet, just in life. I just signed in for just a simple like music account where you sell music on, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we require a new password. It needs to be 8 letters, 1 capital letter, 1 exclamation or a question mark, and then at least 2 numbers." Have we gone to all of that now for a goddamn?
And a purple emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's next. Yeah. And you're also going to need a non-sexual emoji that you would only use for a child. That's what we're going to. If you're that worried about getting your password stolen, instead of doing all that stupid shit internet, just go to expressvpn.com.
Yep.
Runs right in the background. expressvpn.com /drinking bros. Runs in the background. $7 a month. Keeps all your shit safe. Look, you sign up for a year, you get 3 months free.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
My records were stolen to the DoD data breaches.
Yeah.
In 2009 and 2013, I got hit both those times. And the second time was my whole SF-86, which is your packet for a security clearance. So my entire fucking life story, everything, like everything I've ever done forever.
Really?
All of my private shit, China.
No shit.
And I believe that includes like DNA and all that other shit too, like DNA sequences and stuff.
Oof.
So if I ever get charged with murder, I'm going to subpoena the Chinese government and say they frame me. That's it.
That's it. That's all you got. Great. I was
plan
waiting for like a
murder.
raping and
Plan
murder. There
for
we go.
murder.
Yeah.
No, that's what he said. He's
Yeah.
gonna murder.
No, I'm not gonna murder. I've never.
Well, right. You aren't going
You've
to.
killed
But
hundreds
if
of
you
people, Dan.
somehow miraculously get charged for murder,
Exactly. It would be a miracle.
Yeah.
it would be a miracle because you've done nothing like that ever.
I've never. I hurt someone's feelings once. It's one of my favorite quotes from Ronin.
Yeah.
Remember that?
From what?
Oh yeah.
Bob De Niro.
Big fan. Yeah.
Sean Bean's character's like, "Oh, would you ever kill anybody?" It's like, "Oh, I hurt somebody's feelings once." It's great. Go watch Ronin, by the way.
Yeah, Ronin.
Speaking of that,
No one's watching Ronin.
Ronin.
You should go to Roman. That's our last sponsor.
that's a good one
today.
I like that segue.
Roman. Talking about ED, erectile dysfunction.
Dicks, hard dicks, soft dicks.
Yep. Boners popping right out of the skin. Discreet in a nice little package gets shipped out to you. What's the URL for
It's
Roman?
Roman.
Yeah.
It's getroman.com
GetRoman.com.
/Drinkin' Bros.
/Drinkin' Bros. There we go. GetRoman.com /Drinkin' Bros. This is for everybody getting a boner out there. Or who
Or
needs
not
one.
getting a boner.
Yeah.
Do you want a boner?
Let me ask you this: if a dick is too hard, does it frighten you? Does it look like it's gonna not injure you, but the dick is gonna get injured by the
Yes.
situation? Like it's like somebody's trying to crawl out of
Why did
something.
you say a dick and not my dick? Is there other dicks in her
I
life?
don't know.
I don't.
He assumes that there has been. Right?
Okay, yeah. You are pure as the driven snow, and there's probably been no other dicks in your life.
No other dicks in my life, and I do not watch X video ever.
Xvideos.com.
What's your favorite category?
X videos, amateur.
We all go amateur, I think. Do you go porn star?
That
Dan?
or just I go really amateur or a prolapse.
Whoa, like a prolapse anus? Mm-hmm. That's a graphic porn.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually
Just mix it up,
For me,
yeah.
it's all about the story.
Is it really?
No.
No.
It's
No.
not like that for anybody.
Jared,
No.
Jared Taylor.
No,
it
it's
is.
not. He
It
just
is.
sits around and laughs at it. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he loves it.
He's not actually pounding off to some girl fucking that's too fat to get out of a playset.
Yeah.
I hope that's true.
We hope.
I'm
but
into 9 months pregnant crowning, running on a treadmill uphill at 10. It's a very specific porn. You know
what's so fun
What's
about
the porn part of that though?
it's just that. Like, is the baby going to come
a
out? Is
kink.
it not? Yeah, and
a
they've
fetish.
got to be nude. The treadmill's got to be set to an incline of 10, and they've got to be running, and it's got to be close. Like I need an actual due date at the bottom and in the corner. Where you're just like, all right, cool. This
You
is
need
gonna
that
happen.
due date to have been passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need like a PA standing there calling out how much she's dilated the whole time as well? Like how far are you going with this?
Well, look, there's a lot of camera angles, obviously. So there's going to be one underneath.
Yeah.
So if they're, again, if we achieve crowning, I
We
achieve
also
an
have
orgasm.
a POV from the baby. which
That's what I was
is
gonna say.
fun, yeah.
Give that baby, put a GoPro on its head.
Yep.
Put a little suction GoPro on the head of the baby, and then let that thing go. Yeah.
For those into POV, I am not, but I know people do like a little POV.
Yeah, I'm not in a POV either because you can fake
It's
that.
disorienting.
Yeah.
Yep.
I lose your vertigo.
Yes.
Maybe it's just me.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Back to the news.
Oh, sorry.
Man is suing Delta for getting mauled on a plane by an emotional support dog. I remember this story when it happened, actually. And it was a chocolate lab
Yeah, that's a weird one.
that a guy had brought onto a plane.
You don't
and then-
usually see that breed attacking people.
That's a gigantic dog to bring onto a fucking plane.
Yeah, I feel like this is all getting out of control. Honestly, I really do. I don't remember hearing many stories about chocolate labs attacking people, but this whole
So this went viral. What happened was the guy's face, the dog had started growling at him, and they were like, "Hey man," and it was already laid off like across the floor and into the thing, and like they were like, "Hey man, can you take care of your dog?" And they couldn't, and it bit the guy 3 times. They were able to subdue the dog, and then the dog came back and bit this guy's face up.
Holy.
It was on TMZ. It went viral, and everybody and their mother was like, "There's going to be a gigantic lawsuit." This was a couple months ago. The lawsuit came down today because Delta did nothing. They didn't give him. I don't even think they gave him like first class or anything. And then there was so much blood on the seats that they had to physically rip out the seats and bring in new ones just so they could fly that plane again.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty gruesome.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the airport the other day, and there's just people walking around everywhere with different types of dogs that with the ESA, like emergency support animal vest or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, are you really that delicate that you can't go in public without your fucking dog?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Because a lot of veterans use it for PTSD and things like that. We have friends who carry dogs with them all the time. What's your...
I don't know, man.
Because you love dogs, and you...
I do, yeah. I've got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I've never told this story before, but I was driving back to Bragg from South Carolina right after I got out of the Army to pick up some of my shit. And it was, like I told you before, like this dead period in my life. No purpose, super depressed, PTSD, traumatic brain injury, all working together to fuck me up, you know?
Right.
So I'm driving back, and I pull over on the side of the road. I'm like, fuck this. This is bullshit. Because you know me. I'm like dead inside, period, before any of this shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, if life's not cool, why live it? You know what I mean? So pull over, and I'm just like, I'm just going to blow my fucking brains out. And I see my dog sitting there. I'm like, well, I can't leave this little bitch here. So that was like a momentous occasion in my life, obviously. It's one of the reasons I'm still here. But still, I don't bring that motherfucker everywhere I go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
even
I'm not
that,
wearing him around
after
in a
that
fucking...
story,
Yeah, like I'm not wearing him around in a baby Bjorn or something. Come on, man. Get your shit together.
I think you should get that tattooed on your arm, just that one sentence. I can't leave this bitch here. And that saved your life.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
I can't leave
That's
this
actually,
little bitch
I
here.
said that. I said, I can't leave this little bitch here.
Yeah. What do girls always get tattooed? Like right around their wrist? Breathe? Or...
That's super white girl.
yeah. Live, love, laugh, or whatever it is. Totally. But I think... I can't leave this little bitch here.
Yeah.
Should be your
And then
one
a
sentence
picture of
tattoo.
your dog.
Yeah. Is the
Maybe-
dog still alive today?
Yeah, it's the black and white Boston Terrier you see on my
Alright.
page, yeah.
Way to go.
Yep.
Way to go.
Yeah, so anyways, the point of that is, like, I've been there. I know what it feels like to need that emotional support, but, like, if that's your long-term plan and you just, like, half these people doing it, just, you get a note from your doctor that says you have some kind of fucking issue, and that's it. That's all you need. Like, the doctor writes a note that says having the dog with him helps. It's like 2 sentences, literally.
Yeah.
And then you can take your dog anywhere the fuck you want. Like, come on, man. Assume a little personal responsibility, too. Like, are they suing the owner of the fucking dog, too?
Yes. Owners being sued. Delta's being sued. They're all going down on this one. Like,
And they should.
Hopefully this will change the policy and it will
Yeah.
require something more than just a fucking
Yeah, if they get held liable
a
for
fake
it.
note from a PA somewhere. It doesn't even
Yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
like a PA or an MD. It could just be like your fucking therapist or like anybody.
It's crazy that it's gotten to this point.
Yeah.
oh
'Cause
yeah,
I'll see the
absolutely.
dogs on there sometime and I go, what is like, who is held liable if this dog right now?
Well, we're about to
This
find
is
out.
the case. So
Yeah.
this is the landmark case where we'll see it. On the last flight I was on, a woman brought a golden retriever. It was a big ass fucking dog. It was like Lassie, and just laid that bitch down.
Right.
She ordered, and so I said to the dude, because he had to deal with this too. She got the first row, not first class, but the row right behind it.
Yeah.
Right. And the dog laid out there, but the dog was also in front of the passenger that was sitting next to her. And I was like, what's the fuck? Like, what about this guy? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is he supposed to do with a
Right.
giant dog there? Like,
yeah, for those seats up there, you're paying extra usually to
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah.
It's like the
if somebody laid their dog out across, yeah, you bet. Let's get somebody out here and figure this the fuck out.
I would pet the dog the whole goddamn time. To be honest.
Yeah.
You would, yeah.
But you're a fucking old piece of shit. So
I'm a young man who is very tall, and I like to
Super-
stretch my shit out.
Super duper young.
I like to stretch my shit out, and I like to enjoy my space, whatever that may be, on a plane. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, man, how inconvenient. And I watched the other person. It was like a, 3-hour flight, right? I watched the other person, like I would kind of like glance back and see what they were doing. And they just put up with the inconvenience for 3 hours. And I was just like, man, that fucking sucks, dude.
Well, we're all conditioned. We got groomed well that now on airplanes we're all just, okay, whatever it is,
I'm not.
we gotta
Fuck 'em.
do it.
Nope.
yeah.
Yeah, and how does that turn out for you?
Usually they'll switch. Like there was one instance in which I sat next to this gigantic, huge, and it was a last minute flight and it was an exit row. And when I was sitting next to him, like he took up everything and it was like, we can't. I couldn't even buckle my seatbelt. Like I couldn't.
You should have just sat in his lap.
Yeah.
That's what I said. So like eventually, like we had to call the stewardess because there was somebody on the other side of him too. He was in the middle seat, this motherfucker.
God.
And so we had to call the stewardess over. Luckily, there was enough room on the flight where they were able to move him to his own row. But like,
I feel like middle seat should have a weight limit. And it's like 90 pounds.
All of them should have. Yeah.
Get away from me. People touching me. Oh man, the last flight I was on, this woman fell asleep, which is whatever. I don't fall asleep on planes because I'm afraid of getting incepted. But
What?
I'm sorry.
Sorry?
like Inception.
Sure.
Yeah.
Common fear of everyone.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. So, anyways, this woman falls asleep, which is fine, but she like her head falls like to the side, and she's breathing right into my mouth.
Holy
basically.
shit.
Oh God. Yeah.
Why does it have to be your mouth?
Because that's where it is on my head. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You were just facing, looking right
I
at
looked
her?
over.
Can we get an age on this bruiser?
Mid-40s.
Okay. Attractive? Not attractive?
Large.
Man.
Not too large, but tall. She was
Not in charge, but large.
She's not. She's not blah 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 for sure. Yeah, she was probably like 5'11", something like that.
Okay.
5'10", 5'11".
That's a bigger woman.
Yeah, and like I turn around the first time when I see, because I'm watching shit on my iPad. I turn around to look, like, what the fuck is that sound I'm hearing? And just like breath comes right into my mouth.
Oh God. There's nothing worse than breathing in someone else's breath or smelling someone else's sneeze. I don't want to smell someone's fucking
smell
sneeze.
someone's sneeze.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah. You ever had somebody sneeze too close to you? You can
No, I don't
smell
let
it.
people near me.
Well, on a plane, you don't have a fucking choice. That's where it happens to me. Where it's a guy behind me who's just and it's just like
5 times in a row.
Yeah, because I'll turn to look, and right as I turn, dude, boom, he sneezes again, and I can smell his sneeze, and I'm like, oh no, I'm trapped in the fucking sneeze world, and there's nothing worse than that.
You know
in
what I'm
life.
gonna do? I'm gonna start bringing a little spray bottle to the airport with me, fill it up, and if somebody gets too close,
Jesse, do the noise.
Oh, I love. Perfect.
Human
think it'll
spray
work.
bottles for
Yeah.
people where
Yeah.
you're just like, get the fuck away
Yep.
from me. I can't do this
just
anymore.
don't get too close.
Well, we'll see. My guess over under on this, because there was a guy in prison who died for not getting hydrated properly. Like
Yeah,
they
he
cut
got
off
like
water
7
to his
mil,
cell.
right?
Yeah, he got 6.5. So with this suit, and again, you can pull up this guy's face. If you can pull up this guy's face and see what it looks like, I think he might get $10 million. 10 to 20.
Yeah, I would say.
10
at
to 20.
least.
Yeah. So either way, looking forward to it. The Mueller thing.
Oh God,
Bob Mueller.
just shut the fuck up, Bob.
Top story this week. Bob, he said nothing. He didn't do shit, didn't say anything. Everybody just kind of walked away from this today. It was just like, well, I really don't know what to say except for the other Bob. And that was Bob De Niro, who plays him on Saturday Night Live and thought it would be a great idea if he wrote an op-ed piece
Sure.
to Bob Mueller, the real one, in the New York Times.
As Bob Mueller?
No.
Oh, that would have
Bob
been
to,
fun.
It was Bob to Bob. It was Bob on Bob.
Okay.
Bob did a bang to bang
Yeah.
boogie,
Sure.
obviously. So it's Bob on Bob, and he wrote that Robert Mueller owes the country to break his usual bravery and customary wording of phrases and legal jargon and tell the American people what he really thinks about the case.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a court of opinion. It's a court of law. Fuckface.
That's-
Shut the fuck up, Bob.
Well,
De
we were
Niro.
pissed at Comey
Jesus
for
Christ.
divulging too much. Now we're pissed at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which one is it that you want?
You know what I want?
I don't know.
I want nothing. I want none of this.
Thank you.
No, yeah.
Just run the country.
We're on
and
the
shut
right side of
fuck
the
up,
table.
dude.
Athletes on steroids get fucked. Don't spend any money
No.
on that. Dude, I don't give a shit about her emails, the smashed up Blackberries anymore,
No.
Russia. I'm done with all of it. I wrote something on Facebook yesterday. I was like, dude, Domino's is out here fucking, fixing potholes to deliver a 3-topping $7.99 medium. We can do better shit with
Yeah,
the
we've
money.
got doctors working on the weight or the mass of taint material right now
Yeah.
to find out what it really is.
They are in labs
Find out
right
if that's
now.
the exact thing that gives us our
Our mass, yeah. It's like the Higgs boson particle.
Of course.
That's what gives you mass.
Classic Higgs boson.
Yep. Me and Ross both know that, obviously. We know it so well, we're just going to gloss over it.
I kind of feel like I'm a college professor sometimes, and you guys are children.
Well,
Hey.
I feel like that too.
If that's what
I really do.
that's what gets you off.
Yeah, if that's what strokes your shaft, hombre.
Then go ahead.
And to the Mueller point yesterday, the last thing that I saw late last night, because I was up late last night working on the news, hard hitting, obviously hard hitting.
Sure.
Wrote all of it down on this blank piece of paper.
You can't see it, but there's a lot of words on that paper.
A lot of words on this that are invisible. Hers are all in Braille.
Mine too.
And yeah.
Why Braille? Is it the vertigo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the vertigo.
It helps.
How do you read Braille
In
with
case
vertigo,
she's
though?
falling down, that way she can rub her fingers
If you
across
try
the
to
page.
read Braille with vertigo, is that like a stutter?
I'm sure there's a couple bumps thrown in there.
I'm not making fun of blind people.
Absolutely not. We would never do that
Never
on this
would.
show. But there was a professor on last night. Alan Lichtman was his name.
Yeah, he's famous.
He's really famous. He's correctly predicted the last 9 presidential election wins. And he says Democrats will only have a chance at winning 2020 if they impeach Donald Trump. And he went ham last night.
They don't have time to impeach him at this point. Like you have to vote for articles of impeachment first.
Right.
Then there's a trial.
Yes.
Then there's an actual impeachment if it occurs. That will not fucking take place before the election in November next year. There's no way.
No. And if you drag that out, it really kind of buries your own presidential candidates
Yeah.
that you're trying to get to win. But this guy, man, he lost his fucking wig. And it looks like a wig.
Right.
Looks like a rug. Not that mine doesn't. Jesus. But it's a real one for him. But he was screaming into camera, if we do not impeach Donald Trump, we're going to lose the election. He's going to win by a landslide.
That's what
I was really surprised. Yes, that's what he said.
Lichtman said this.
Yes, that's what he said last night. I was really surprised by that because it's so early.
It is, and there's also no shot at impeaching him. Like that's just not going to happen. There's no fucking way.
So this is what this guy was demanding, and I was like, man, I thought I'd bring that up to you and see that that's not even a possibility, right? To get that through before November of 2020.
Time-wise, there's no fucking way. I mean, he may be referring to, I didn't watch this, so he may be referring to just filing the articles of impeachment and then having that cast a shadow on the Trump campaign. Maybe people don't want to elect a guy who may get booted out of office immediately.
Right.
I get that point. But as far as actual impeachment, no fucking way. There's a 0% chance it's happening by November of next year.
Well, good luck, Alan. He was trying to make his point last night, and there was a few others, but I think that's pretty much dead.
Yeah, well, what I wonder about is Trump's going to win for sure, I think. Does he make it to the end of the term? Like the left seems to be getting, and I'm not even moderate. I'm just like ambivalent.
Right.
So look that word up, guys. So I don't give a shit about any of this, but I wonder if Trump's even going to make it to the end of his next term. Like the left is getting more and more violent with shit.
Do you think they'll try to impeach him after he gets reelected? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Well, no. I'm talking about somebody trying to clip the guy. Because
really?
Somebody set themselves on fire in the fucking White House lawn.
Yeah. We talked about that yesterday.
It's getting crazier and crazier. The last time somebody did that, to my knowledge, was right before fucking Bobby Kennedy got killed, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of social temperament brings knuckleheads out of the woodwork. People that are fucking sitting at home with their tinfoil hats on thinking crazy shit, it lionizes them and it makes them fucking like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to go do it. It inspires them, for lack of a better phrase.
That's actually a great point because, obviously there's that clip of that woman screaming, no, after he won. Yep. I can't imagine the fucking meltdown that would happen if he got reelected.
Oh, yeah.
Because 4 years of your life is a long time. Yep. Now you're stretching that out to 8.
Yep.
And if you're that heated about the president, who knows what could happen?
Yeah. And I've worked on political campaigns before. It draws out the craziest fucking people from either side. Like the biggest nuts show up to all the events always, which is why I would never want to be a Secret Service agent. It's too much.
It's too much, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because we went to the rallies last year, just 2016.
Yeah.
We went to some of those rallies, and I remember with you and I, the last one we went to was like 40,000 people. Some friends of ours, mutual friends of yours as well, work on the Trump campaign. We went, and there was like 40,000 people. And I remember just looking out at these Secret Service agents, and I was like, man, how would you know where any of this is coming from? There's a lights metal detector going through this shit. But that's about it. How would you really know 40,000 people? I mean, Jesus Christ.
They're very good. That's how.
Really?
Yes.
Man.
Very, very good, and they're very fast. They react very well under pressure. So, I mean, if somebody's got a sniper rifle from a mile out, that's going to be hard to stop. But there's only, a handful of people that can make that kind of shot. So they're more worried about up-close threats, and they've got that pretty much locked down. I mean, when's the last time somebody even took a shot at a president? There was a conspiracy against Obama at one point, but they fucking locked them down before it even became a thing.
Correct, yeah.
So I guess Reagan was the last guy.
Yeah, in 81?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it? John Lee Hinckley?
Hinckley, yeah. He was trying to impress Jodie Foster.
It was, yeah.
Which is weird because he has a dick, and I don't think she's impressed by that at all.
No, not at all. She is not straight. Again, we have no problem with that,
in the Line of Fire. Remember Malkovich made the plastic gun?
Yeah.
That's what I worry about.
Yeah, that's interesting. So because now I haven't seen the news on it yet, but there's some new shit coming out about 3D printed guns again.
Yes. And they recently yanked the books off of Amazon of how to do it, make a 3D printed gun.
Yeah.
Because they gave you exact instructions on it, but it's here. So I don't think you're too far off on that. And I always felt the same with like golfers. Tiger Woods always said that. Speaking of your whole ensemble today, going to a golf event that's the lightest security I've ever been to at any sporting event.
Yeah.
And you can get this close to the players, and there's just a tiny little rope that's from Hobby Lobby that's separating you from just storming them. And Monica Seles got stabbed.
When's the
at a
last time
tennis
somebody
tournament.
like a golfer got attacked?
I don't know that a golfer has been attacked, but Monica Seles got attacked at a tennis match.
Yeah, but that was 30 years ago.
I know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger just got like jump kicked in the back.
Yeah. He got kicked in the back.
That was super weird.
Why would you want to do that to
of all people?
a 75-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger, but then kick him in the back?
Yeah.
The guy ran
No,
up from
what
behind and kicked him in the
he
back.
like jumped up and kicked him in the back, and you notice that Schwarzenegger like barely moved. He was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Was that shit?
Yeah. And then they asked him
It's like a
afterwards. They were
little
like, "Do you want to
bug.
report it?" And he goes, "No, I don't."
No, I'm good.
I'm only going to be alive for 12 more minutes. Let me live that life instead of filing a police report. How about that?
Yeah.
That's probably what he's thinking.
Oof.
Because he's old as fuck now.
Want to get to the Rambo trailer that dropped today.
Yeah.
This is it. This is Last Blood. I mean, it's also, his Last Blood. So.
Is that what they're calling it? Last Blood?
I think so. I think that
I bet Sly uses Roman. I bet he does.
I bet he uses
he
everything.
He still fucks, don't you think?
Yeah, I bet he uses everything.
Yeah.
This is the last Rambo he's doing.
Okay.
He's 75 years old.
So he's probably going to die in the movie then.
Look,
he will sacrifice himself somehow.
If you tell me, that's what I think, me personally. But if you tell me HGH and steroids aren't great for you, look at Sylvester Stallone.
Look at Schwarzenegger's shit, man.
I know.
He's still in great shape.
Both of these guys. What I found amazingly awesome is a 2-minute trailer happens to squeeze in all 2 minutes of Old Town Road by Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Your favorite song.
To me, that's an odd choice.
Yeah.
The legend continues. If you watch the trailer, it's not odd. Because apparently, it looks like I watched the trailer right before we came on air. Mm-hmm. It looks like he's retired to a horse farm. And so that's what he does. And then he gets pulled out of his love of horses and then goes on a rampage. So, which I understand.
Yeah.
Sure.
If somebody pulled me away from my horse, I would be really, really angry about it.
What's your horse's name?
Mine?
Yeah.
Nibbles.
Pickles.
Pickles.
I'm going to buy you a horse.
I got 2 horses.
Name it
Nibbles and
Pickles.
No, in Night She Cries while he rides his steed, he doesn't name his horse because he thinks that's gay.
It is.
He's like, look, unless you're going to dance around it or whatever, and you need to name it to call it out something. Otherwise, it's, hey, horse, you should get the fuck over here.
I haven't seen this trailer yet, but I can't with that song.
It's good.
That song is ridiculous.
It's great.
And good trailers with good songs. I'm thinking of Wolverine, which was an okay movie, but the trailer was Hurt by Johnny Cash, the cover of Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
That's one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is Rambo Last Blood, by the way.
Last Blood.
I think he dies at the end of this.
I'm guessing he does. Or he turns into a vampire.
Right.
Either or.
Can you imagine Rambo vampire? He would be unstoppable.
Oh, boy. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Vampire.
Great.
Yeah.
Rambo
in
vampire
space.
and his sidekick is Hooch.
We love a good hooch sidekick.
Yeah.
But this trailer's got everything you hoped it would. A lot of graphic violence. Big fan, obviously. I love Rambo. John Rambo, that is. A lot of graphic violence. A lot of looks in the mirror. Trying to figure out yourself, your life, that whole situation. And then the horse thing is just a fucking bonus to me.
So you are really into horses then.
Super, super into horses. Really can't stress that enough. Next up, a woman whipped her stepson for repeated tardiness. I get it.
Yep.
Get it. He was 26 too. So it wasn't like...
Wait, he was
God.
late to what?
It was not a child, by the way. It was not a baby.
I am this close to doing that to my brother.
It was a
How old's your
26-year-old
brother?
man.
30?
30.
Just turned 30.
And he needs a spanking.
No, it's just the tardiness with him.
He's never been on time to any function we've ever been to.
We were supposed to shoot at noon today.
Yeah,
And
we
you
were.
guys showed up at 12:40.
Well,
Yeah.
There's a reason behind that. So
I'm just saying,
But
maybe it's a thing that goes in your family. Was it you that made us late?
no, it was me.
Goes in the family.
You-
It was me. We had ordered chairs from Office Depot, I believe.
Yeah.
And my window got smashed out, so I had to drop that off.
Yes.
And we did a show.
There's a lot of things going on today, Daniel.
But no, I hear you, Dan.
it was the chair, though.
And I was really
chair.
bummed that we were late.
Oh, I don't care.
You should care.
I don't. I don't. I'll leave.
You
that
guys
to
should
you.
all care.
I'll
huh?
leave that to you to care.
That's what she does. What does she do? She reports the news and she cares.
And I
She
care
absolutely fucking
about
cares.
shit that doesn't matter.
If
It's
you're-
my job as a woman.
Yeah. I wish it was not to vote and drive, but that's something we can get
exactly.
into on another day.
I cherish those
Speaking
while
of
I
women
have.
not being allowed to vote and drive, Roy Moore is running for office in Alabama.
Yeah.
This fucking piece
So-
of shit. God damn, just go away, dude.
Go
You won't-
away.
What is he doing?
He won't.
It's what's funny. Trump went after him, and he's just like,
Which is rare, Republican on Republican,
well,
but
Trump is usually pretty good about.
he's
calling
pretty
out,
cool. Yeah.
like retardation or whatever. But this is what Roy Moore said in response. And let me get through this whole thing right quick.
Oh, fire
because
away, by all means.
I want you to respond to this. He says the president doesn't control who votes for United States Senate in Alabama. That's absolutely true. And then he said people in Alabama are smarter than that.
Is that the whole quote? Is that the whole quote? Nothing but the quote on that. That people of Alabama are smarter than
He
that.
said some other stuff after that, but that's the phrase that I wanted to key in on.
Okay, so we'll start with this. I think scholastically, Alabama is the worst. It's 50 out of 50, I believe, in the nation, school-wise.
Sure.
I've been to Alabama a few times.
Yes, good friends of ours.
One of my best friends lives there.
Yeah.
He
Crawford?
lives on a farm. He's actually living that Rambo life right now.
Oh yeah.
He's got animals. He's on a farm. He's in it. Like,
Not shaving, not cutting the hair.
nope,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bandanas.
every time we have to go into town, like he'll say something of like, well,
Here we go.
here we go.
Welcome.
Buckle up. Nicest people on the planet.
Sure.
Smartest, probably that wouldn't be one of my labels,
Say
though.
no. Yeah.
No.
What did we find for worse?
What'd you pull up
schools?
scholastically there?
Stand by, I'm looking.
Ah,
It's
there
a
we
whole
go.
thing. It's one of these stupid fucking listicles that's on 8 different pages.
Oh, and the ads keep popping
Technology,
up.
guys.
Yep.
Technology.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not
Be
technology.
nice.
Alabama's 46 out of 50.
Oh, they moved up. Good for them.
Yeah.
So they moved up 4 slots.
Yeah.
Who's behind them?
Wow.
Who's behind Alabama?
So after Alabama, we've got Nevada,
All right.
I wouldn't have guessed that one, actually.
Mississippi, which you would have guessed.
I would have guessed that
Sure.
one.
Louisiana also would have
Definitely.
guessed
Yeah.
because they barely speak English.
Sure.
And then New Mexico, surprisingly.
Interesting.
Huh. New Mexico, I think, is for immigration. You have to learn English. Kids are learning English usually.
Sure.
That
Sure.
one makes sense. Nevada, I heard there's a lot there. A lot of immigration there.
Yeah, that could be it.
But that's a surprising one. Mississippi, not a shock. Louisiana, definitely.
I like how he's trying to pander to the people of Alabama. Like, oh, we're smart down here.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude, you date raped a child, so why don't we just calm the fuck down?
Yeah.
Talking about smart and not smart.
And they keep showing him with his little handguns, you know? And the cowboy hat on, that
he's
classic
trying to be
picture.
Yosemite Sam down there.
He looks like a young John Bonet. Ramsey. Like, you know when she did the
Oh,
she
yeah.
tattled out on
Her-
stage with
her
the cowboy
talent,
hat
yeah.
and then the little pew pew.
Well, we can
Her
only hope
theme
Roy Moore's
segment?
family will come kill him at some point because this is just
well, we are not endorsing that whatsoever.
not us.
No, yeah.
I would
His
never do
family,
something
not
like that.
us.
Oh, his own family. Gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha.
Or
gotcha.
maybe time machine, abortion, something. I don't know.
I don't
You can't
know
get an
how that
abortion in
works.
Alabama, so
Yeah, they're gonna have to take a
know.
time machine for that one. So
Time machine
you have to go back in
abortion.
time for that one. You're also gonna have to go back in time for him to win this election because that's not gonna happen either. There's got to be someone else running against him, right? On the Republican side.
I haven't seen, but yes, I'm
Oof.
sure there. Hopefully, I mean, otherwise the Republicans just give up that seat, which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
in Alabama.
Well,
There's no way.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Harvey Weinstein settled for $44 million with his accusers and some of the studio bills. That's a lot less than I thought it was.
How much is he worth?
Oof.
Because I looked on Celebrity Net Worth and their guesstimate was like 50 to 80, but they're never right.
They're not. It's not right. They're not, and it's always way too low. Like 50 to 80 for him. No way.
Yeah.
I would say, I'd probably say 400 to 500 million. And the only reason I would say it's even that low is because it's the Weinstein Company, and he split it with his brother.
Right.
So the brother got the other half of all that shit, even though Harvey was the front man. But I would put him at 400 to 500. So for him,
No bags.
drop in the bucket. I bet you his divorce to his current wife is going to be more
Cost him more
costly
than that.
than this.
Yeah, it's sounding like it's going to be somewhere north of this. Yeah,
Yeah.
based on some reports I read, like 50 to 60 million, something like that, is what he's going to have to give her.
Yeah. Although my prediction is I think he's going to get off on that case.
Maybe.
Pun intended. Pun intended. Yeah. I do. The woman who's suing him, I believe it's in New York. One of the women who's suing him. The other people got, I think, dropped. The one woman suing him, she's in and out of rehab and all that other shit. They're gonna drag her through hell for this. So we'll see. I don't see him going away in New York. I just don't. I don't. What are your thoughts? You think?
What is the question exactly?
You think Harvey Weinstein's gonna get go to
Prison
the
time?
pokey?
No.
No, I don't think so. He's too rich.
Yeah, right. If you're rich enough, you're above the law. You're above the law.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
Yep.
We'll find out. Last but not least, and this is definitely not least, Jesse, you had a story.
Oh no, I wanted to talk about that little dum hiker
Yeah.
that they found in
Yes.
Hawaii.
Tell the this whole sitch, because I read this and I kind of glanced over it. You always see missing hiker. And
Sure.
then you're like, all right, cool, they were found, and then I move on. I don't get deep into the story. Tell people what
Well,
happened.
I'm only getting deep in the story because she keeps parading, either herself or other people keep parading her out with like this, just in full Hawaii garb. She's in a wheelchair because she's recovering, and she's got a flower crown, makeup done.
She's wearing a flower crown?
Yeah, she's
What?
a yoga teacher. She was lost for 17 days in the jungles of Hawaii. I think you're okay.
Yeah.
But this little dum-dum went for a run into this famously pretty difficult trail. She stopped to meditate, as you do,
Yeah.
got disoriented, and just ran off into the fucking jungle. Didn't bring
That-
her cell phone.
See, that sounds like bath salts to me, honestly.
Yeah, what was her sitch? Did you see her? Like, have you seen her give an interview or anything?
She's
she look
just a
like AOC?
normal yoga teacher, Instagram whore looking girl. She
Really?
was just a dum-dum. She just thought, I'm just going to go for a run. No cell phone. Don't even really know. I'm just going to go, guys.
Yeah.
Just going to go.
So now she's just milking it then.
So now she's milking
Yeah.
it. And, 17 days, this like rescue effort. I propose to defund efforts like this. And it goes to the Everest thing where like white people are ruining everything, where they just like
Yeah.
these lawyers that what have you done before you're now going to gum up the fucking Everest and die because you're in some traffic jam because too many people are fucking doing it, right?
Yeah.
And the lawyer, this guy's son, didn't even seem that sad for how soon it happened, but he was like, he died doing what he loved.
Yeah. The kid's son was like 18 years old.
Not
the
hanging
guy
out
who
with you.
just died at Everest
he
last
loved
week.
not hanging out with you.
Yeah.
So you're right. He
Wow.
did do what he loved.
And his goal was to hike the 7 highest places in the world.
Okay.
And this was the last one at Everest. And they'd said that he had, on some of the other hikes or climbs or whatever the fuck you call them, he'd lost his fingers from frostbite and part of like his nose or something. And it was just like, at what point for me, when you lost like let's just say the first finger, did you say to yourself, man, I think I need to go back. I got one more climb to go.
I mean, first of all, I would never do something like that in the first place. What a huge waste of fucking time.
Waste of time.
To me, that's like you're trying real hard to distract yourself from some truth you don't want to admit.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're into I don't know, cutting cats open and putting your feet inside, walking around to keep your feet warm.
Yeah. And you found some other thing that's going to fill that void.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not in shape enough, you're not prepared enough, and you're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. And like, back to the Hawaii thing. I hate white people who go to Hawaii and come back and always say mahalo to you.
Oh my God.
That's what she's kind of, so she keeps,
Yep.
she's staying in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. She's staying in Hawaii. She won't fucking go home.
They're
This
probably
community has embraced me. No, I think we're ready. They're ready for her to go.
By
I
the
think.
community's embrace her, the local news team had content for a week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she means. Because
Exactly.
no one else in that city knows who the fuck she is or cares.
Which we
when
do
they
now.
when they found her, this rescue team, they stopped before they put her up into the helicopter. They all took a Facebook picture together.
You're kidding. Did she want that or did they want that?
I don't know. I'm sure she did.
Let me
I'm
ask you
sure
this.
she did.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Are you the type of parent who your child falls? Do you take a picture first or do you help the child first?
Help the child. Always help the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
You don't want to capture some funny event? Come on.
No.
No. What?
No.
I definitely laugh first, though.
Yeah, laugh first.
I don't
okay.
take a picture,
Laugh first,
but
never
it's,
take a photo or video.
But I definitely laugh.
Is it
It's
for
like,
liability
about
reasons?
it.
You don't want to get sued later by your child, or is it?
No, it's
Can you
just being a shitty parent, Dan.
Dan.
I don't know.
Pretty simple, pretty stock standard.
I don't know.
Just
Dan.
being a shitty parent.
I
at
can
that
talk
point.
to you about Higgs boson, but parenting is not something that's on my list.
No,
Sure.
it never will be.
No.
Sure.
Never will be.
No.
Yep. Keep taking
have
those
fire and
plan
blanks,
B.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Sure. Why not,
Are
ladies?
you pulling out or using rubbers?
Neither.
Okay.
Neither. And no kids, so there we go.
Pulling. So you're only going. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have a lot of sex with humans.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good to go. You're probably sterile then.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But if you're looking to get that boner, go to Roman Eat.
If you want to have a lot of unsafe
Get
sex.
Roman. What is it? / Drinkin' Bros?
Get Roman.
Yeah, it is.
Get Roman /
Backslash?
What's / because backslash wouldn't work, but yeah.
/ Drinkin' Bros. Get
Either
them
way.
boner pills, brother.
:
Here, if you buy Roman, and use it and have a crazy sex story from it, we will fucking do a call-in show.
Oh yes.
And have all you assholes walk us through your crazy fucking Roman sex stories. So
Yeah, we'll have you on the show.
yeah.
And I think you get 20% off there
Yeah.
on the boner meds.
do, yeah.
You can come on and talk about that rager that was popping out of your pants. This was a fun fake news. Was it real or fake? You decide. For Jessie Wiseman, D'Anthony Hollaway, a.k.a. Tiger Woods, I am Ross Patterson. This is the fake news.